Hey guys,
Hey, what's going on? It's what time is it right now in Cambodia? It's Wednesday,
it's about 5:30 in
which
the
would
evening
make it Tuesday,
at 2:30 in the
the
morning.
wee hours of the morning. So probably most people that be watching this are asleep right now, and you'll see this when you get up. So what do we do today? Tell everybody what we did.
We went and we worked with the Children of Hope house, which is like the orphanage for children. I guess the government places kids there that come from like abusive families and bad situations. They had like a thing in one of their windows.
It had
Yeah,
bars on the
bars.
window.
Like almost like prison bars actually. On one of the windows, the paint was all greasy and gross because that was right next to where they cook. So we scraped all the paint off and painted our own layer on it. I'm doing this off to the side. Um, but then we painted our own layer, and we're gonna go back probably tomorrow or the next day and paint some more layers on it. But it was oil-based paint, which I didn't know until we tried to wash it off, and we did not get it off the paintbrushes at all. I was like scrubbing them with my hands, and then the paint got all on my hands, and it felt like I had honey on my hands, but it didn't wash off. So I took a
Yeah,
scrubby brush and
lots of scrubbing, and
scrubbed my
we still
hands.
have paint on our hands. But hey, lesson
Yeah,
learned, right?
it's a little sticky.
Yeah.
Mostly my hands are just really raw now. So
So we worked today. Worked out. It wasn't actually as hot today as it has been, but we worked outside, and we bought lunch for the children at the house. We bought KFC, which was a real treat for them. We couldn't take any pictures just because of just the sensitive nature of the kids that are there, so we weren't able to take any pictures. But it was a cool time, special time there. We're going to try to do an interview at a later date while we're here with Catherine, who is the director of the house, and Bree, who works there. So you can look for that later. But Cayden and I were talking earlier, and one of the things that Cayden asked us to pray for him is just that he would be able to hear God's voice while he's here and just know what God would speak to him. You had some really cool things when we were having coffee when I asked you about that. Maybe I could put you on the spot and you could just share with everybody some of what you shared with me earlier.
I'm trying to remember.
So just like during your time here,
Yeah.
what has impressed you with your time here about the
Uh,
way people live?
I think one of the things that is really inspiring to me is the boys that live here at Water of Life. So many of them, they left behind a lot or some of them, at least from what I know, they left behind quite a bit to come and live here. And some of them came here because this was like a better place for them to be. But some of them left behind. Um, they left behind some stuff, and like one of the kids, from what I heard, he was kind of an up and coming musician when he was like 15, and he left it all behind and like to come live here and serve Christ. And I mean, it kind of brings like I personally see people laying down their crosses and following Jesus in like a really faithful way. And I think it's really inspiring. I feel like in America, we don't really do that as much, or we don't really have to because you're not outcast from your family because you go to church. Sometimes you're outcast because you don't, but that's a different thing. But I think it's really inspiring to see the people that like totally follow Jesus with all their hearts in
Right.
every aspect of their life. I
Yeah,
aspire
so
to be like that.
that's been good, I think, for both of us just to learn and to see that, and hopefully when we come back stateside, that we'll be able to kind of draw from that inspiration to see other people living the way that they live, that will cause us to live in a way that's more faithful to the truth of the gospel. We're in our room, by the way. Maybe we could do a quick. We haven't done a video from our room yet.
That's
so
my dirty clothes.
pay no attention to that. There's Cayden in the mirror. So you're getting my dirty towel, the panorama of where we're staying. So we're sharing a room, and that's been going better than you'd think it would so far.
Actually, I have not woken up to the sound of snoring a single time. And I was told that Chad snores like a motorcycle.
Yeah, and I told him that it was all lies, and
I
evidently it
am-
is because it remains unproven to this day.
I haven't experienced it at all. Like, I wake up every night at about 3 in the morning because I have to pee, and each time I haven't heard any snoring. So
There is a rooster outside of our room that starts crowing coincidentally at about 3 o'clock in the morning as well, and goes pretty much until we get up, which is between 7 and 8 depending on the day so far. And so we hear this rooster just constantly crows. So we didn't do an update for yesterday either. So yesterday, and you may have saw our Facebook post, but we visited a couple of places. We visited the Killing Fields and the Tool Slaying Genocide Museum, both in connection to the Khmer Rouge. You can look that up if you're not familiar with it, but just a horrible
really sad.
atrocity that happened in the mid to late 70s from 1975 to 1979, where as many as 3 million Cambodians were slaughtered, brutally executed, tortured, absolutely horrific. And so we visited these memorial sites where torture and killings actually happened, and heard stories. And it just yesterday was a pretty somber day, getting to tour those sites and just we grieve with those who grieve and grieve with the culture who to this day remain affected by the Khmer Rouge. And so, are you trying to get shorter?
Yeah.
Like, this is a serious moment there. No, just kidding. Anyway, yesterday was just a somber day, but really helpful. I think just being able to connect with the culture here, learning more about just this horrible atrocity. What was kind of maybe one takeaway that you had from all that?
I don't know. It was just like...
Probably hard to narrow it down to just one.
Yeah. I mean, there was so much. It was just... I learned about it in high school, so I knew what had happened, and I knew quite a bit about it, but it was a lot different to see the places where it really happened, and it was really hard to walk through, especially the S-21 prison that we went through, and it was enough to where on the audio they had headphones that you'd walk through, and you'd follow the headphones. It would tell you the stories behind what you were seeing, and it was bad enough. It was bad enough to where multiple times while you were listening, it would tell you if you need to sit down, go sit down outside to listen to it. I mean, because it was difficult to walk through.
Yeah, hard to get out of there without shedding a tear. Or many
man.
tears at these places because of the horrible atrocity that the people here faced. And for me, during my lifetime, not during Cayden's lifetime, but during my lifetime, just really, really difficult. But again, just a good way for us to connect and get to know the culture here. So it's kind of a combined update yesterday, Tuesday, and today, Wednesday. Tomorrow, well, actually tonight, we're going to go to Calvary Chapel, Phnom Penh, where I get to preach tonight. So excited about that. Hopefully Cayden won't fall asleep this time. He fell asleep the last time
I
did.
Take notes. You're on the spot, man.
And so we do that tonight, and then tomorrow I think we're back at Mercy Village with Rin, so we'll have probably some more videos and pictures to share with you from that. So for now, it's going to be dinner time for us here in a little bit, so we're going to sign off and probably get a little bit of rest before we have dinner.
On a more uplifting note, my hair is getting some really nice volume down here because of the humidity.
It really is.
So.
And if you can't see, Cayden's participating in No Shave November.
Ooh,
look at that.
It doesn't look very good.
Right, that's what I've been trying to say.
Thanks.
All right, signing off.
Bye.